Okay. So, Lemons stalks around during his normal nighttime hours,
Mm-hmm.
assuming most of the house is asleep, hopefully.
Yeah, here, I'll move tokens.
Okay.
We'll start this off. Good old
Yay.
way, get everyone out of there. Just fuck on off, everyone.
Get your fuck up.
Get your fuck out. Fuck on off. Except for Frisk. Frisk is on the table.
Yay. Well, that one's Bast.
Not Frisk, sorry, Bath. Alright, so it is. Here's what we'll do.
Oh, the lights.
Yeah. You're in no danger.
The porch lights are on.
Yeah.
I remember Lemons does stalk around with the house relatively dark, except for whatever needs to be on,
Exactly.
because he is a night owl.
And then you had the light over there because porch light's on. So. You go into the next room?
Yeah, turn on.
Roll a perception. Alright. You come in and you see faintly in the window a reflection of eyes, and for a moment you're afraid, you're like, ugh! And you realize it's just Julia, just looking out the window.
Hey, you're up.
Oh. She's kind of turns towards you. Hi. Yeah.
Oh, did I just rudely turn the light on? Here, I can turn it back off if you need.
Alright, you turn it back. We'll just pretend it's off.
He like goes over to a lamp and just turns that on, so it's like a singular lamp. So it's like, you know, nice lighting, but not bright. Sorry if I blinded you.
It's okay. I didn't think anyone would be. And she just kind of looks off at the, the other rooms.
Well, I didn't think you'd be up and about. You feeling alright?
Better.
That's good. You still hungry?
Yeah.
Okay, here, come on. Come on.
Hesitantly follows.
I know the right thing you'll need. And like he like turns on the lamps and like keeps the light low. So I'm sure there's like there's the stove light and stuff.
Yeah. She sits down.
So I am a dreadful cook. So I'm just gonna give you the raw ingredients because that's all you're gonna need right now anyways. And he kind of like opens the fridge and pulls out vitamin rich num num foods.
Okay.
But like not major proportions, like smaller.
Yeah.
And gets her juice or whatever is good for, I don't know, something.
Would you like to roll this would be a knowledge roll.
Knowledge, or you think medicine could apply?
I would allow medicine too.
Or memory?
You can do either.
I think all of those are the same roll, so.
Oh, well, there you go.
1.
There's an apple and some looks like cranberry juice. Cranberry juice is good for you. So you're just grabbing what you can.
Little things, because too heavy is bad.
Yes.
And he kind of pulls out a little plate and starts piling the nice little yum yums on them. And just kind of sets them down for her. And fills up a little cup of cranberry juice. Sets that down too. It's in his favorite wine cup.
And she just stays quiet while you do so.
And he sets it in front of her and takes a seat, kind of kitty corner to her. Or, well, he'll actually grab something for himself.
Okay.
Just something. Probably
you
one
got
of...
some of Nat's leftovers.
I was gonna say, probably some of Nad's leftovers. And, he'll sit down and start eating a little bit, but not as voraciously as he usually eats his food.
Yeah, trying to control himself.
Yeah. He just has, like, a forkful and stuff.
Okay.
And he's like, okay. So, I don't think introductions are really done. And you don't have to talk. You can just keep eating.
Nods quietly.
And
Sniffs the food a little bit.
I'm Guy Lemons. Guess I'm kind of a doctor, but not usually gone. People don't usually go to me for doctor things. Frisk. Or not Frisk. Bast. That's that. No. Oh well. Never mind the cat.
Bread, cat. Cat bread, get.
Cat's got the bread. Sits back down.
I didn't even mean to grab the bread. I meant to move the bread onto the floor.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That was Bastet. Do you remember the kind of bigger guy with the like really weird little mustache and like he holds a finger up? Just it's a really poor imitation, but I'm sure she gets the gist.
Mm-hmm.
That's his cat. Anyways, I'm Guy Lemons. Just one of the many people here.
So you live here?
Mm-hmm. We live here now. Things get kind of rough, and then we have to stay because, for the most part, we don't really have anywhere to go back to.
She nods.
Some people take it better than others. You know?
How's... Oh, shoot, I can't remember. Instead of Richard, there was a Rick, right? Was that what Inky said?
Oh, for Henderson?
Yeah.
I think it was Rick. We can just
Rich.
say that she says the name.
Ricky? Is that?
Sure.
I'm trying to remember. But
We'll pretend.
I'm assuming Rick, I can't remember. Or Rich, when I was Rich.
This is not Dickie, right? At least it's not Dickie, right?
I don't think so.
No, and Ricky sounds right.
Ricky?
Or Rick. Rick or Ricky.
Okay.
Maybe? I don't know.
I think Rick.
Okay.
Is Rick taking it okay?
Can Lemons do well, he kind of knows, doesn't he? Doesn't really have to do any kind of memory or empathy to kind of know that Henderson is having a really rough time.
Mm-hmm.
But he does go through, like, the thinking. It's been really rough on him. Really rough. Most of the people here have, they had families that they came from, or, just other people in their lives. And obviously for your husband, it was, and for you, obviously, it's been a nightmare.
Just kind of looks down and nods.
But you're okay right now. And I am familiar with malnourishment, so we can make sure that you get all the food you need without making you sick. And, you know, baby steps, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a lot to take in, but I mean, obviously you've seen your fair share.
Hey, I guess everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah. Well. Okay, so you know, mine wasn't nearly as bad, but it was pretty rough, right? I didn't deal with these little spooky things, but I saw a deer man that, you know, I ran over with my car.
Oh.
Yeah. A lot of weird things. I guess one of our other members, he didn't really talk very much. Tomo, he's like, you know, he's got like the jacket and stuff. Because Tomo has a jacket now, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what he was wearing.
Tomo has to endlessly buy.
No, he can identify him via his tattoos.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one with the tattoos, if you remember. Really pale. He had a vampire that he had to deal with. Vampire, right? And, you know, there's a ghost, you know, down the street. So, weird stuff.
So it's an entire town full of people like you, then?
Kind of. I mean, a lot of people don't seem to realize that there's something wrong. They just kind of know, like, there's this... Okay, so the rules, because I don't know if anyone ever told you, for, you know, brief time here, obviously, but, there's a curfew, so I'm really glad that you didn't walk outside. There's a curfew from dawn to dusk, or from in between dusk to dawn, because that's when the things that you saw, so many other things, they like to walk around outside at night. And the only thing that keeps them out is the lights in the house. Or, you know, the porch light. Very important. And everyone in town knows about this, or at least they know about the curfew, but they don't seem to realize what it's for. And I've been wondering about that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But they accept it as normal every day, and in the daytime, it's just a quaint little town. Really quaint. You know?
Like every horror movie.
Yeah. Kind of like that. I'm really sorry about what happened to you.
Yeah. I'm just glad that he's okay.
And we're glad that you're okay.
Gives a small sad smile.
And
Thank you.
Yeah, and he like said that by like, you know, a little poke at her arm or something.
She doesn't seem to respond to being touched, but...
That's okay. He will flash her a dazzling lemon smile. Yes, it is full of striking looks because that's lemons.
Nice. Would you like to roll for your lemon smile?
Yes, I would like to roll for my lemon smile.
Do it.
Yes. This is a 2. This is a baby lemon smile. He's just trying to be amiable and make her feel more at home. Boy got some crazy questions he wants to ask, but you can't push these things.
Gee, you get a smile back. It's not fully, like, full-heartedly, but it's there.
How's her food looking?
She's slowly eating at it, not as fast as you'd think.
No.
She's pretty much finished off the juice, though.
Yeah, he'll get up without prompting and grab just the whole thing of cranberry juice. Bring it out and refill her cup.
Thank you.
Oh. Then he goes and grabs a different cup and fills that sucker up with wine. Sits down. And he takes a bite of the absolutely dreadful leftovers.
But it tastes great.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure his breath smells super spicy right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is, oh, by the way, if you scrounge for food, try to just stick to fresh produce and veggies and what can't be tampered with. Okay?
Tampered with?
Well, you know, sabotaged. He says while eating the leftover.
There are creatures that sabotage your food?
Oh, yeah, there's a creature by the name of Janie, and she's been sabotaging the food. He kind of winks. It's a little food war.
Oh, okay.
So, if you don't like... was it sriracha? Is that what it is?
Sriracha?
Yeah. If you don't like sriracha, don't touch it. And he takes another mouthful.
So it's normal to have children in this thing?
Lemons kind of thinks about that one, because, he doesn't know if Cheney and Aubrey want it known. Well... just kind of shrugs. I'm sure they were kids at one point, right? But no, not kids. It's kind of a thing they don't like to talk about. He kind of does a little curt nod.
My son, Hawthorne, he's here in town. He's not going to have to be involved in this, will he? He's just a boy.
Well, as far as I'm aware, he is fine. He's actually not in town. He's in the next town over, which is even better because they don't have curfew. They don't seem to have any problems that this place does. I mean, we were worried about, well, I don't know if it's been really said vocally, but I know that I've been kind of wondering where he'd go once he got better. But now you're here. So maybe, I don't know, maybe one of you can keep him safe.
She nods.
You know, but I'm not a boss here, so can't take my word on that one, right? He takes another mouthful.
She's just slowly going through apple slices.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want some caramel with that?
No, thank you.
Thought I'd ask. Anything else you want?
No, this is okay.
Okay.
Why are you awake so late?
Oh, it's just... I'm a night owl. I've always been a night owl. Let me tell you, when they try to wake me up, that's fun. I've had a shaving cream can thrown at my head, and I've had a book thrown at me. 2 different instances.
Oh dear.
It's no big.
Does that happen with everyone?
No, it's just me. I'm special. They'll laugh at that.
She looks slightly concerned.
But now, my boss, she's feisty. Doesn't like me sleeping on the job. Plus, I never wake up till like noon, so.
I forgot that Jason would totally be sleeping on an infirmary bed, so I'm moving them there quick, okay?
Okay.
Speaking
I was trying to figure out how we to talk to her with Jason there.
Yeah.
But she made it easy for him.
Yep.
Yep.
Jason's just asleep on an infirmary bed, like. Probably only like his upper half on the bed, and he just left his legs on the chair.
Oh my god, yes. So yeah, while Lemons is talking to Julia, you know, he sometimes just kind of leans back and like, because I'm sure, is there a curtain behind him?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure he just kind of flicks the curtain, glimpses out.
What are you looking for?
Just to see. Sometimes you can see things looking back.
She just kind of shimmies around. Drags the stuff across the table.
Oh, so she doesn't see?
No, she seems to be looking as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'll turn his chair sideways then so they can kind of chill while also having a look out the window.
Roll perception.
Uh-huh. 1.
Alright. You look around, it seems like a pretty decent night. You know, you're not actually seeing much.
Mm-hmm.
But you know prior, because you've been here for so long.
Yep.
They're good at not being seen.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a nice night out, if you were able to go out there without being destroyed.
Yeah. Is that what she says?
No, that
Okay.
was...
Seems like a nice night.
No, that'd be a Jason comment.
Yeah, I'll make a comment on how nice it looks.
Yeah.
Wish I could crack open a window.
Windows can't be opened?
No, as far as I'm aware. And I haven't been willing to try it. We had an incident once where, a porch light went out, and that was fun.
Things came in?
Mm-hmm.
Do they always attack people?
Depends on the thing. It depends who you talk to. Because let me tell you, Sal, he is not an advocate for these guys. He hates monsters. Boom, that's it. And, you know, they're monsters so it's in the name, right? But there's some of them that seem okay. The ones you saw, obviously, bad. But,
How bad? In relation to what else you've seen?
They can be rough. If you stay still, they'll get you. There's other things out there, though, too. Wisps. Those guys are mean. Because half the time you can't see them. At least the ones that you know, you can see them. But there's other things out there that seem to be... I can't say if benevolent would be the word, but close enough. He just seems to fall into contemplation.
What are they? Are they out there with the wisps and the other monsters?
I don't think so. Not... Okay, so... There's some kids in town. And it's weird, because some of the kids in town seem to know about the weird stuff. But, okay, so there's these creatures, and they're called gargoyles. I mean, you think cathedrals, right? And those things on top? That's pretty much what they are. But, as, you know, as far as I can tell, if you don't look at them from up close, you're okay. And they play with the kids, I guess. Kind of. I mean, from a distance. But yeah.
She kind of seems to be thinking. You said that people needed lights to stay safe?
Mm-hmm. Generally.
Are there exceptions?
Maybe. We haven't really been here long enough to know. He's probably, like, pulled over the chair that Julia was sitting in and resting his legs on it.
She's just kind of hugging her cranberry juice to her right now, like her little cup.
Does she need a refill of anything?
No, she seems to be fine.
Lemons will make sure to keep glancing to make sure she's fully stocked on food and drink.
Mm-hmm. She's refilling the cranberry juice.
Okay.
You don't... Back. She just kind of cuts off for a second and then tries again. Back there, where I was,
And he just watches her.
there was no light.
None at all?
No.
You had your cage.
Do things like that keep them out?
I don't know. Seemed to help for you, didn't it?
She nods.
How long was Frisk keeping an eye on you? The cat.
She thought things and...
Well, I guess asking you how long something is when you can't see the light. That's pretty mean to me, huh?
Oh, I could tell when it was daytime. The light would come in from the above.
Okay.
But it was usually pretty dark. The cat, she shakes her head. I don't know, I'm sorry.
It's okay. That cat comes from a farm where the gargoyles are. It's just a funny thing. It seems to be, I don't know, more aware. And then again, who knows what this place has for an effect on animals. I'm not really, I don't really know animals that well, so I couldn't research it or anything. I mean, I have a bird. It's a pretty cool bird. I mean, he's got that face of like, it's pretty cool.
Parakeet?
That was my first bird. No, Bastet got my parakeet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that happens, right? Risk of having a cat in the house. No, we found a bird, a crow. Only it has teeth. You know, he points his own teeth.
She just kind of makes a face.
Yeah, it's in my room right now.
Is it harmless?
I'm making it harmless. Well, not making, you know what I mean. Training. And Sal doesn't like it. But, I mean, it was just a baby, so I figured, like any other animal, you can train them.
So...
It only eats seed. So I figured if I kept it in the presence of other people, you know, maybe it would be fine. And it's been fine so far.
So long as you keep it fed and happy.
Oh. Yeah. Would you like to see it?
She is quiet for a moment. She nods.
Yeah, stay right here.
Here. I got the bird in a cage for you. I never put it away.
Yeah, this time he will bring the bird in the cage just to make sure Sara doesn't cause any issues.
Let's move the cups off the bird.
He came down with some extra seed too.
Sara is munching on the seed. Nope.
She's getting kind of big for her cage. I'm gonna have to get her a new one.
You're lovely, Sara. She looks up and kind of does the bird cockeye thing. Turns head. And just proceeds to...
Does she cry?
She does not cry.
Okay.
She's been trained not to cry, remember? No, she probably says a Theo thing.
Oh. Lemons is pleased. Oh, look at her learning Theoisms.
It copies.
Yeah.
I suppose that is the thing crows do.
Well, she's pretty special. I mean, aside from the teeth. She seems to be able to do it right, you know, perfect. Because out of character, it was perfect, right?
Yeah.
Like, it was Theo's voice and everything.
Yeah.
Like a neat.
Yeah. Neat.
Neat.
It repeats neat a couple times. Neat. And then does a bird noise, or a crow noise.
Lemons will, I'm sure he can poke his hand in and pet the bird.
You pet the bird.
Pet the bird.
Does she peck? Or bite?
I've been trying to teach her not to. I mean, do you want to try to pet her?
She kind of slowly raises her hand.
And I'm trying to think out of character how this would be best. Because I myself am not a bird handler. Would it be better if he held the bird and then she tried to pet? Or I'm trying to think of how a bird in the cage would be. Probably pull the bird out first. Or
yeah, probably.
Yeah, he closed the door when he came in here to make sure. And now he's holding Sara.
And she slowly, reaches her hand out. Sara cocks head.
Be nice.
Leans head forward into hand. And Julia pets your bird.
Yay.
And bird seems content.
Yay. Bonding over a strange bird.
For being a bird with teeth, she's pretty gentle.
I've been working with her. I've been working a lot with her.
Neat.
We found others like her, and they weren't as nice. And I think it's because that, in the wild, maybe.
Yeah. Animals can be like that.
Without the right food source. But we found her first. And then eventually he'll put her back in her cage and take her back up.
She cooks. When being put back in the cage, she cries.
Oh, shh. He'll hush her.
Your bird is crying.
I know.
Is that normal?
She's distressed. Shh, Sara, please.
Bumps beak against cage door.
He'll he'll have like the door open so he has his hand in there so she can bump her head against his hand.
Bumps against hand.
It's okay, Sahara. I'll see you soon, okay? Yes, he probably baby talks her.
Sarah. That's a nice name.
Yeah. Funny story to that, but I'll tell you that once I'm back down, okay?
Okay.
And he takes Sarah back up.
I love the texture of this crow, honestly, the little crow icon.
It's very
It reminds me of Mirror Mask.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because, like, look at it. Look, one second. You know?
It kind of does, like the puppety kind of thing.
Yeah, where it has the shading on it and, like, the hard edges.
Cool.
Off there goes. Bye, Sarah.
Bye, Sarah.
Into the darkness.
And he sits back down and, you know, probably plucks a feather out of his coat or something that got stuck there. Well, and she's still in their same spot?
Yeah. When you come back, she's looking out the window again.
Okay. And he will refill anything. See anything yet?
Nope, you notice she's slowly rationing through the things you gave her.
And then I said, see anything yet, to her.
Oh. Let me roll. She shakes her head. Just looks like a fall day out there.
Yeah, they're pretty good at hiding. He sits back down.
What happens if someone goes out?
They get hurt.
Hurt?
Well, you know, hurt bad. I wouldn't do it.
So, with Sarah, your bird.
Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you how I got the name. Yeah, where we found her, or where we eventually found her, where she came from. It's, in retrospect, it's kind of a sad thing that I did, I guess. Sarah was the name of a person that had been caught under mine collapse. And apparently the bird, well, mimicked her.
Oh. And she looks, you know, empathetic.
Yeah. That's why I try to hush her.
Console. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very thoughtful name.
She just kind of, you know, small smile. Because out of character, it was a really dick move.
He was not being thoughtful.
Nope.
I'm a good person, I swear.
Yeah, he'll just chill unless she needs to move.
She seems fine.
He is content with sitting in silence for a while too.
You do.
Eats some of his food. Polishes it.
You polish off your food, and every now and then you hear an apple crunch.
And goes and rinses his plate off.
And she continues to watch out the window. Kind of the street lights glinting off her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually she kind of looks back to you. Sorry.
That's alright. You've been through a lot. I'd ask if you wanted to talk about it, but I'm sure you've heard that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
It's not easy to talk about. So I'm not gonna push you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Good guy Lemons.
Karate chops a child.
He's just content drinking his wine now.
Mm-hmm. I do believe that actually may be a good place to stop it, just kind of like quietly staring out.
Mm-hmm. It's nice and poetic.
Mm-hmm. And they just watch the window.
Yeah.
Until sunrise.
Until dawn.
Yep.
Okay, and recording.